Hello everyone, this is Calypta Gaming with a walkthrough of yet another very long quest chain in Sumeru. You start the Golden Slumber quest chain by talking to Boniface in Naru village. Your first step will be to find the missing archaeology team. Just simply follow the quest directions to get to the location. After quite a bit of chatting, you will finally meet the team that will be following you through the whole quest. Your first goal will be to get out of the sinkhole, so you will be going through the corridor into the ruins to try and find the exit. You will be able to unlock quite a few waypoints by going through the quest chain, so make sure to activate them. There won't be too many complicated puzzles in the beginning, so just keep following the quest markers. There will be quite a few Seelies, chests, Androculus, and sacred seals along the way, so make sure to keep your eyes open and pay attention to the minimap. You will also encounter some new mechanics, which will require you a certain clearance level in order to activate or to access. However, you don't need to worry about them for now. As you progress through the quest, they will unlock. So to continue the quest at this point, you want to use the elevator below the Dendroculus to go all the way down. Here you will encounter your first puzzle. You want to make sure you have both an Electro and a Pyro character in the team. There are 4 torches to activate, one that you must reveal first by using the Electro character on the floating seat. Activating all 4 torches will reveal the mechanisms that will allow you to proceed forward. At this point, you just want to follow the Seelie along until you get to the next point in the quest. After another brief conversation, you want to continue investigation and head on up using the elevator, until you encounter your new favorite character in Genshin Impact. You will also have another interesting conversation, after which you'll earn a new achievement and you can proceed with the quest. Just head back down to talk to your team and get introduced to the new mechanics. The Scarlet Sand Slate that you can access from your inventory will be your guide for this quest and further ruins exploration. From now on, you will be able to activate some of the mechanisms. Once again, just follow the Seelie until you get to the next puzzle. Here you'll want to pick up the glowing orb and place it over a glowing panel. This will activate the primal beam and unlock the door. Once you proceed to the next chamber, you will encounter some enemies, another chest, and another mechanism. So once again, once you've defeated the enemies, just grab the glowing orbs and place them over the glowing tiles. In order to solve this puzzle, you just have to rotate the Everlight cell until the light beam hits the receiver. After that, you can proceed through the set of 2 doors by activating the mechanisms until you reach the next step in the quest. After a short conversation, you will leave the cave and complete the first step. You will automatically start the next chapter, an introduction to indoor archaeology. Just follow the quest until you reach the next temple with a closed door which Ben will conveniently open for you. As you proceed further into the temple, you will start to encounter more and more puzzles. Once again, you just want to activate the glowing tile, and this time you will encounter a new mechanism called the Primal Ember, which is pretty much a temple version of a Seelie, so you just want to release it and follow it to its destination. It will take little rest stops in certain points along the way, so make sure you release it again to continue. Once you do the first side, you just have to repeat the process on the second side to unlock both mechanisms. To unlock the Ember in the second chamber, just defeat the enemies and then follow it back to the main room. And you're on to the next area and even more puzzles. Once again, as you follow the quest, don't forget to unlock the waypoints as they become available. Your next challenge will be to unlock the rooms located deep within. This is also where you will first encounter the disappearing floors. Pretty much every time you'll want to jump down once the floor has vanished. To unlock the north room, you just want to follow the Seelie until you reach a giant chamber. Here you will need to activate 3 primal sandglass. You will find them on top of the ruin structures, and once you activate the first one, you have a limited time to activate the other 2. However, there is plenty of time, so just use the 4-leaf sigils above the ruins to get around and get to the other sandglass. Once the challenge is complete, you will unlock a chest and the mechanism that will release the Primal Ember. Once again, just follow it to the main chamber to unlock the first room. To unlock the south room, once again follow the marker until you get to the giant chamber, where you want to go all the way up to release the mechanism. As you follow the light back, you will encounter new challenges, such as the wind tunnels. So you just want to wait until the wind has stopped and then release the light to follow through. And once both chambers are unlocked, you will complete the second step of the quest. This will lead you directly to the third chapter. To be honest, every time I've seen this giant pyramid in the middle, I was secretly hoping this will be a hidden 40-man raid that will be unlocked at a later part of the quest. But it turned out to be yet another ruin with even more puzzles to solve. So here your base will be the main room where you end up, and you will want to unlock 4 embers, 2 on the north and 2 on the south side. Proceeding to the southwest corner, you will end up in the first room. There will be 2 doors with mechanisms and a wind tunnel. You can quickly unlock both doors. There will be a chest you can get from the first one, and the second one will have a challenge that will also reward a chest at the end. If you follow the particles for the challenge, you will eventually have to take the wind tunnel up, and you will end up at the first mechanism to release the primal ember. Just as before, follow the primal ember to its final destination, and you will unlock the first chamber. After that, go back to the same corridor, but this time turn left to reach the southeast corner. There will be a chest and Androculus here that you can grab. I should point out that there is quite a bit of exploration to do in all of the ruins, however this is the most direct way to complete the quest first. With the south part done, you can proceed to do the north rooms, so just follow the corridor on the opposite side. Once again, the primal ember mechanisms will be above, and there will be Androculus and chests along the way. The northwest corner is the longest to get to, and there are some mechanisms along the way you can solve if you wish. Or once you find the Seelie, you can just follow it all the way up to the primal ember. And once all 4 embers have been returned, the coffin will unlock and you can proceed further up the pyramid. Just keep following the quest marker up, and once you are there, you will unlock a new clearance level on your tablet. After some cutscenes, you will be traveling along the cave system, looking for Banban and fighting some Fatu. And you will unlock another waypoint along the way. Afterwards, jump down to have an interesting and revealing conversation and proceed with the quest. You will be progressing further into the ruins to find 2 eternal embers. As you progress up the stairs, you will enter a room with a Seelie and a torch puzzle. I include a solution to the puzzle, however it's not necessary to proceed with the quest. To solve the puzzle, you have to utilize one of the new mechanisms, which allows you to reveal hidden things. To find all the hidden torches, just follow the Seelie along while you have the buff from the cell still active. Then activate the torches with Spyro to unlock a chest. Then just continue to follow the Seelie all the way up to the next big room. There will be 2 doors to unlock and a chest in the middle. To unlock the doors, just point the 2 Everlight cells that are closest towards each door respectively. And to unlock the chest in the middle, rotate all 4 Everlight cells towards the chest. Inside the north room, you will find an obelisk. This is another new mechanic which will allow you to find the sacred seals much easier. And once you've collected enough seals, you can restore them. And once you proceed to the south room, you will find the first required eternal ember. Follow it back all the way out of the ruins and up the pyramid to unlock the first seal. Afterwards, just follow the marker to the second ember, where you have to solve a quick puzzle in order to release it. This is something I actually didn't realize at first, and that is you can move these lightning prisms around between the mechanisms. Once you unlock the second Everlight, you just want to point both beams at the eternal ember to release it. Follow it back to the pyramid to activate both seals and unlock the next step of the quest. And you will also get another level of clearance. You will finally make it to the final location for this part of the quest, and after a brief conversation and a quick search of surroundings, you can proceed to the puzzles. There will be 3 areas to explore. I'm starting at the south here. Each time you activate the mechanism, you'll be able to go down into the ruins. Here we will be dealing with an illusionary room. Start walking towards the statue in the middle, and about halfway, turn right. Once you hit the wall, just follow it west until you fall down to the next level. Now head north, hugging the wall on your right. I'm sure there are many ways to solve these kinds of puzzles, but for me this solution always works. I use the same method in pretty much every game I play that has these kinds of puzzles. If you follow the route correctly, eventually you'll be able to drop down again. Once again, hug the wall on your right until you drop down to the lower level, and then one more time until you reach the ground. After that, just activate the mechanism in the middle, and the first trial is solved. Before you head back up, there is a seal and Androculus you can pick up along the way, and then just ride the wind current up to the main room. Continuing with the trial in the west, once again activate the mechanism and drop down. Here you will have to operate quite a lot of mechanisms and navigate in many different rooms. You will also encounter obscuring cells, which will allow you to pass light beams through the walls. However, you still won't be able to pass, so use the traditional methods and regular doors. So next you want to activate the mechanisms on the 2 tiles in this room, and you'll use the revealing cell to open the door. Continue further in down the corridor until you can drop down to the next level. Here you will need to find 2 seals in order to open 2 locked doors, and you can obtain the first one after defeating the enemy in the room. Once you do, go back to the first room and unlock the door. Proceed to the following room that will contain the second seal, and as you grab it, make sure to activate the 2 mechanisms available here. Afterwards, use the obscure cell to let the beam pass through the wall, and head back out the way you came until you reach the second door locked with a seal. Activate the mechanism behind the door, use the obscure seal, and proceed back into the main room. And here your second trial will finally be complete. From here on, you can proceed to the North Pyramid to complete the 3rd trial. This one is the easiest so far, as it just requires you to fight some enemies on 2 different levels. Once you complete the 3rd trial, you can teleport back outside in order to activate the main pyramid. Once you enter the pyramid, the final part of the quest will commence. Just follow the quest marker until you reach the main hall and have to activate 3 mechanisms. Starting with the west one, release the Eternal Amber and take the elevator down to follow it. This one is really straightforward, you just have to pass the illusionary walls and the mechanism will be unlocked. Just go back up and activate it. Moving on to the south mechanism, just release the Amber and follow it until you reach the room with wind tunnels. Here your patience will be tested, as you have to wait for the wind to stop until you release and follow the Amber. There are 2 wind tunnels, so once it passes the first one, wait for the second one to stop until you pursue it again. Afterwards, use the 4-leaf sigil to follow it back up and unlock the second mechanism. The 3rd mechanism in the east is the quickest, just release the Amber, follow it to its destination, go back up and activate. Afterwards, you will be going up to the top of the pyramid, so just follow the wind tunnels up, following the quest marker. Once you reach the room with the floating platforms, just go to the middle and use this sequence. Operate, then switch, then operate twice. You will know you've succeeded when the next mechanism unlocks. For those who are curious, what you are trying to do is move all the platforms out of the way of the beams so they can pass unobstructed. Afterwards, just go up to the mechanism and activate the elevator. Take it up to the throne room where you can have some interesting dialogue and cutscenes. I won't spoil it for you, but eventually you will have to run away from the doom. Of course, you will be obstructed by the illusionary walls, and if you are like me and get really into the games, you'll probably be feeling quite a bit of stress, but don't worry, you have plenty of time to escape. And once out, you can complete the quest and then wait for the daily reset to start the next part with even more puzzles and more adventures. And that's it for the guide. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, and happy gaming!